Okay, konnichiwa, what's up, my homies?
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Okay, welcome back to the Bad End Show, and we actually got... Well, we'll talk about the usual anime stuff later, but today was actually Kizuna Ai's latest... I mean, not latest, last concert before she goes on a hiatus.
Yep. Hello World 2022.
I wonder like, what they're going on break for. It kind of seems like they're trying to improve like the workflow at their company or something, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I guess based on some of the stuff from the stream, it looks like they're probably going to bring out some new type of things. So, how should we go about this? Should we just dive right into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the big announcements that like they have that CELO or CEWO AI.
Cvio? I don't know how you pronounce it actually.
Yeah, it's an AI for like making singing stuff. So I think it's probably something like Vocaloid. It might be a little bit different.
No. It's basically the same sort of thing as Vocaloid, but like different company and all of that.
Yeah, so we have a little. Actually, I have a picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have this like little mini Kizuna Ai. Although she's just called Kizuna.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of.
Well, I guess that kind of branding got confusing for a while because there was like the multiple eyes.
Yeah.
And they were originally just called Eye, and then like eventually they started distinguishing them more and making variations and like. Yeah, I guess they're now like they're in, I guess committed to it, or I don't know what you'd call it. Like, you know, they have to stick to their naming scheme now, no matter what.
They could have like added some other thing or like taken away just like a word though. Like
yeah, they
like,
did. They took out the I
well,
part.
I mean more than from like the actual like Kizuna part. Like just make it like Kisu or something.
I guess.
What's that now? You say like Kizuna, then you're not sure like are you talking about Kizuna Ai or just Kizuna?
Yeah.
Period.
Well, I mean, technically they also took out like the vowels. It's KZN.
That's just for the hashtag though, not for the name itself.
Wait, I thought it's both. I thought it was written that way, but you pronounce it Kizuna.
I mean, they had the kana Kizuna, and then but then like they say like the hashtags like hashtag
Oh.
KCN.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, oh, now she has mini me.
Yeah. So I guess people can make songs with her or something.
Yeah. And then I guess this is like a early test run because I think she mentioned something about like, oh, it's still technically in development and stuff. So it's like kind of neat.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it together.
Yeah.
So I guess it's probably like in a beta where they can get some results with like a lot of tweaking, but it's not good enough for as like a consumer product yet.
Yeah. I'm guessing they probably spent a bit more time, like, you know, cleaning it up and all of that.
And then we also have... Wait, where's...
But yeah, I guess before we move on to this, like, I'm just so amused we've come full circle, because, like, I guess technically, like, a lot... You can consider, like, first VTuber, but you can kind of also consider, like, Vocaloid and other stuff like the progenitor. And now she's basically become one. It's like, oh. Quite amusing.
Yeah. And then we have... that anime announcement. What are they even gonna make it about? Like, it's just gonna be an idol anime?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know what? They'll just holograffiti it. It's just, like, completely random.
Maybe.
I don't know, but, like, eh.
Yeah, the concert itself was like pretty cool. Like it had a bunch of like guest people, too.
Yeah.
Like they had like the waiting room open for like an hour before the actual concert, and they had like messages from different people. Like I think Alec was like a music producer or something.
Yeah.
And message of like different VTubers.
Yeah. It was quite amusing because like I guess there was like the hour beforehand where they were showing off messages plus some promo stuff.
Yeah.
And that was basically an hour, but then through the actual live, they had a whole bunch of like people show up as like guests.
Yeah, so like the DJ kept changing. I think the DJ is like in the credits it's listed as like like virtual version of like Avec or virtual version of like this person.
Yeah. So I guess like you know, I guess actual DJs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this it's kind of like this where they have like people like guest dancing. And like Mila Akali, man, I haven't seen her in a while, but this new outfit is just so cool.
Yeah.
Like it's so, like this, like hits my aesthetic style a lot. Also like me and my blonde bitches
Yeah.
with ponytails, and like the blue white color scheme's nice. Oh yeah, like she also had the pre-recorded like message for Kizuna Ai like played in the first hour, and a lot of it's like the usual like oh like gunpla kind of thing like oh like everyone let's enjoy the concert. But then she also said like oh for Kizuna Ai, I'll even drink like armpit sweat. And I was like wait what? What?
Maybe she's cultured.
Maybe. Also, like since Japanese like drops the subject a lot, it doesn't specify exactly whose armpit sweat, like her own or Kizuna Ai's armpit sweat, or just armpit sweat in general.
I don't know.
It was just like man.
But yeah, like she was there with Shiro too during the song.
Then they brought out like the old classic outfit that started it all.
Yeah.
And I guess
I guess you don't have a screenshot of like the.
oh I guess I don't have it, but oh yeah, like this thing at the stage, these like staircases. When you go into like an overhead view, like I thought like oh it's shaped kind of weird, but then you go into an overhead view and like oh it's kind of like the ribbons on their head, like this stage being the head and these are the ribbons.
Yeah.
And during a lot of live parts, there's like models like a whole bunch of like old time VTubers just like filling the entire area.
Yeah. I didn't realize it at the time because like I must have missed it, but she had applications open since December or something for people to appear in there.
Huh.
So apparently, there's obviously the big VTubers like corporate or just independent, but there was also just a bunch of like smaller people too apparently.
Yeah.
And I think the total was something like 1,800, like throughout the whole like thing.
Huh.
Like Jesus. But
that's pretty incredible.
yeah. Yeah, well, like when they get to the end and they show the credits, like the list of people is so long.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I like the final part where like she's kind of like reminiscing, and then during the final song like it cuts away to like that empty like white room.
Yeah, that empty white room that like she always appeared in the beginning.
So it's like oh man, it was so nostalgic.
And even the lyrics for that song too were talking about like oh like in this like bright white room and all her like dreams and aspirations.
Yeah. It was very nostalgic and like oh man, it brought back memories from like way back.
Yeah, I felt like we watched Kizuna Ai a little bit like when she first started out.
Yeah.
But then I mean back then there wasn't as big of a fan base, so there weren't like English subs or anything like that. So I mean I didn't watch as much because like I had a hard time understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I think we started watching more too around the time when she started saying like fuck you, and when she became like more popular because of that. It's also the time when Japan discovered that to become famous overseas you need to say fuck you.
Yep. So I guess in some sense it's become like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
I don't think she says it anymore though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all around the time when she was saying like Detroit become human. Like oh you're just a bunch of plastic, like you're just a bunch of protein.
Oh man.
That's pretty nostalgic.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of weird like when she started like oh what is even a VTuber? And then nowadays it's like well, you guys know how it is.
Every motherfucker's a VTuber.
You're a VTuber. I'm a VTuber. Everyone's a VTuber.
Your mom's a VTuber. Your dad's a VTuber. I need to get that manga about the dad being the VTuber.
Yeah. Well, your dog can be VTuber. Anything can become VTuber.
Yeah. Man, what the times we live in. But yeah, and then other VTuber news, like man, Russia got terminated by Hololive. That's quite something.
I guess a couple of days ago or something like that.
Yeah, they announced it in the middle of the Russian invasion to Ukraine, so it's like it got covered up. So for a while, like my entire timeline was like people like it was blowing up with like people like yelling about things, and I can't. And like I'll read a tweet and I'll have to like try to figure out like are they talking about Russia or are they talking about Russia?
Yeah, and I guess if you haven't run into it yet, there's this weird thing with machine translation or whatever.
Yeah, like when Russia had her scandal, like people use the hashtag like, Russia Daisuki or something like that.
Something like that.
And then Twitter like machine translated as we love Russia instead of we love Russia, and then so people were like confused about what the hell like Japan's like talking about Putin. Like no, it's just like stupid translation.
Yeah, apparently that happened again recently. Like there was like originally like from the rumors or whatever you call it, the Discord incident. Let's call it that for now.
Yeah.
but then apparently also after the termination announcement, it flared up again. So like, just because of like how things are and timing wise, it's very weird. I guess that's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah. The dangerous like translation and not having enough context.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like because things get popular, like with people thinking it's actually one thing, that kind of flames it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just odd, I guess. I mean, that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah. The weird times we live in.
Yeah, it's definitely fictional, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Like like life imitates fiction or fiction imitates life. It's going all over the place.
But I guess that's how it is.
Yeah. Pretty sad. Like Rushi was one of the first ones like we knew too from Hollow Life.
Yeah. I guess one of the things too, just because of like the nature of all this is, I mean, I guess we can hear like bits and pieces or whatever, but I guess we can't really know the full incident unless someone actually leaks it.
Well, I think the thing is that like that place that she leaked to, like Kore Kore or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much a Japanese like equivalent of, like tabloids and stuff.
Yeah.
So like they were like leaking everything, even like just the stuff that she told them like don't talk about this, but then they were like so they were just go like oh like Rushia told me not to talk about this, but and then just like spill everything.
Yeah.
And I haven't looked into it myself because like on one hand I kind of want to know like the situation, but on the other hand like since I talk about sensitive information, I feel like I should probably like in good faith I should probably like avoid looking at all that stuff that's confidential.
Yeah, like it's a messy situation.
Yeah.
Like this actually makes me think of something else I heard recently.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't confirm it, and I'm kind of not sure if I should dig into it, just in case like it is like incorrect or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently on her, I guess I'm not sure if alternate account is the best way to put it, but like an account supposedly.
Oh, for like the real person.
Yeah. Apparently she. Ah man. Had lots of like posted her regrets and stuff like that, so it's like
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been afraid of actually like looking at it.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point in like speculating too much, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's, I guess, what do you call it? Speculating too much or without any real evidence is not really productive.
Like, there's already a lot of finger pointing,
Yeah.
which I admittedly like when it first came out, like I was kind of sus about the cover too, just because like they did the thing where like the PR strategy where you release like bad news when everyone else is too preoccupied with like other events.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, it's really hard to say,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And it's not like we can change anything.
Yeah.
So let's just go on to our usual like anime bullshit, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, starting off like this is fine.
Oh, yeah.
This is fine.
It Wait, how did the last episode? It was just like, oh, just like talking to those like religious leaders or whatever.
Is the hot, sexy, deranged nun.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then like, oh, we cut to this episode and it's like,
It just starts off with like, oh, like this is fine, like just no. It started off with the little sister like talking to a tutor, and like, man, I wonder what Wayne's up to right now. He's probably talking to them like all the big leaders, and it just cuts here and just like, oh, the house is burning, they're running away.
like let's get out.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
And just like, huh?
Yeah,
And then it's like,
and just OP starts running.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of like, what like those comedy things, like you find yourself in a weird situation and then just like you turn back the clock.
Or it's like record scratch and then narrator like, you're probably wondering how it got here.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, this is a pretty good representation of the world. Like everything's just on fire.
Maybe.
But yeah, so we started off like Seno like she was trying to like, negotiate with like the other holy elites, but then like when she went to like with Wayne to like visit the other people, Well, on the anime, we only saw them visit the nun, but then like they showed a few like, just one frame flashbacks of him like talking to other people. I mean, they're supposed to be important later on too, but I guess they're really like speed running this. Oh yeah, they also cut off like or change a lot of stuff from the light novel too. So after we cover this episode, I'll probably explain like the differences later. But yeah, so she realizes that she can't get any help, but she still wants to go to see the king and try to find a way for her and like her modern forces to ally with Netra because that's the only choice they have left. And then Wayne's like, "Oh, I can't have you assassinate the king. If you can promise me that, then okay, maybe I'll bring you along." And he's like, "Oh, only barbarians like bring out a sword in the middle of a meeting." And
then foreshadowing.
Yeah, like famous last words. But yeah, we get a bit of a more sense of like why this king sucks so much. Where like even just like this random rat that like betrayed Martin to join him, they ended up becoming like the only advisor he has left. Because like his own people are like just so disgusted by him at this point.
Yeah, he's from like what was it like? He betrayed Netra or something. Wait, no,
Martin.
No, yeah, that's it. I got the names confused.
Yeah, like he's also the one who delivered the message to Netra, like they made the invitation to.
Oh yeah,
and like he was like coordinating with the other like general to like try to assassinate the prince. And also he's the finance minister of Martin or something. So he was in charge of the gold mine that they took over.
Oh.
And like his faction is actually part of the reason why like they fucked up the response to the gold mine so badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so this king, the king of the last, like all of the holy elites have blood or like blood descendants, or like the big disciples of like their religion. So and this guy like he just takes it to an extreme of like blood, like people with like good blood must be good, people with like from like bad bloodlines must like be bad. And then since his own kids turn out to be, I mean, he's an idiot too himself, but he doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
And since his kids also end up being idiots, he was like, oh, this kid doesn't live up to their potential. That mean must not be mine. So he had his kids and his wife like executed, which is like part of the reason why like all of his vassals like hate him so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's such a like horrible dumbass. Oh yeah, and also because of like his whole emphasis on like bloodlines and stuff, like he really hates like the Flams, which Ninim is. So what's like Flam? They don't explain it till later, but Flam are basically like this religion that like the western side of the continent lives in, basically calls Flam like as like messengers of the devil, and that's why they get prosecuted so much. But like he takes it to an extreme and he hunts them for sport. And this is part of what makes me like Wayne so much, because like when he hears this, he's like, yo, fuck you, bye bye.
Yeah, just goes full Sparta.
This is Sparta. But yeah, I really like it when like the so-called like rational and like intelligent characters like they do everything according to plan. But then I like when these kinds of characters, they have like that one trigger point where like if you touch it, they'll go fly off the rails. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Wayne and Ninim's bond, and like how Wayne just goes batshit whenever like Ninim's involved, is like a big highlight of his character for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, oh, only barbarians bring a sword to a meeting. He's just like, just straight up assassinate the king.
Wait, but he didn't bring the sword. Like, dude brought the sword to him. Like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Just take the sword.
Yeah.
But
this is the sword from like the guard who was standing there like Wayne. Oh wait, actually Wayne did bring it. He brought a small knife.
Well, it's not a sword.
Yeah, he brought a throwing knife and like just killed the guard that came in, and like his own man came in and like, I like how like he just came in, like looked around and was like, oh, okay,
here we
sure.
go again.
Shit, here we go again. It's like okay, just do whatever the hell you need to do to be quick.
Yeah, like.
I love this guy. He's so loyal. And yeah, like Ordella's like, I'm about the holy elites. I'm the king. I'm King Ordelas. I'm this. I'm that. What do you think that makes me? Like, Gomi. He's like killed. But yeah, I also really like this part too, where like we already know that Seno was to Holonie from like the previous episode where she was trying to assassinate him. So he just gave the sword to her, like, hey, you want to off this guy? Go ahead. And she just like, yeah. But yeah, like this, when I read this in the novel, like I was just like, this is so great.
Like, is it presented like kind of wacky, or like
It's presented exactly like this.
just like off the rails?
Yeah, just like he just got like so mad and like said no, like behind him, so like, she couldn't see his face. But when the other guys started talking about killing flowers, like she was like, oh shit, like she sensed something like turning, like changing inside, like, or like the gears turning inside Wayne, and she was like freaking out.
Yeah. They did it.
Yeah. And then they had to run away. And it's like, oh, are you proud of me? Like, no, I'm appalled. Like, what the fuck did you do? Like, you goddamn dumbass. And yeah, so like, they just burned like the mansion like by those times, so like just setting fire to like the entire city.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I guess like rumors start spreading about like what was the about the general dude?
Yeah, General Lewert. So basically, like they already knew that like Lewert and Holonier were conspiring to like overthrow the king, and since like Holonier talked about like, oh, we have documents in his house or whatever, like, so he sent people like go grab the documents, and then like spread the rumors around. Yeah, and it was like, oh, so did you actually think about this? And I was like, yeah.
It was always part of my plan.
Just ask Keikaku. But yeah, he basically got those like that evidence and brought it to the person who would cause the most like damage. So it's like deranged nun. This is what I love about Wayne. Like when shit hits the fan and like everything starts burning in fire, he just like douses everyone in gasoline. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make the fire like spread as much as possible and turn everything into chaos.
Maybe. Does he put it on himself too?
Yeah, he actually yes. Like he douses everyone and himself in gasoline, and it's like this makes the entire situation like blow up and
Just like
literally in flames.
like
Yeah, like the city is like literally burning at this point. It's like, man, I love it when shit goes like full chaos. Oh, this looks pretty cute in this screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like they're already running away and they have like the what are they called? Cameron? Yeah, I think it's Cameron.
Eh.
The nation like running after them, and then suddenly like, oh, message! And like, hey, our guys revolted. They're trying to kill you too. It's like, like, well,
Yay! Because I guess some stuff like someone else was doing stuff while they were gone or something like that.
yeah, because like with every leader who brings a lot of changes, there's always gonna be people who are like dissatisfied. So they're like, oh, we're just gonna revolt.
Like I feel like they mentioned that vaguely in a previous episode, but not really much.
Hmm.
And it's just like, oh, by the way, stuff happened.
And yeah, so they had like 3 paths into Martin from like, man, I keep saying Martin. Well, like Cameron to. Well, actually, let's go to Martin actually, because like this area is like former like Martin territory, but it's pretty much a contested zone between Cameron and Martin. So they have 3 paths, and then one of them got blocked out. But then they made people. They basically like trick people. They hid in the like blocked road and like try to let the other guys pass first. So yeah, and when the Cameron people like chasing them went there and they found the rebel armies, and everyone's just like, wait, who's that guy? And the rebel armies like, wait, who's that guy? Like, should we like try to make contact? And then like they just got scared and they just started running, and then everyone's just like trying to kill each other.
Panic.
It's full chaos. And yeah, so like last episode they talked about like Heigo going on retirement because like when people like he's kind of like the big cornerstone of the military.
Uh-huh.
So like with him gone, like he was like people were gonna revolt, but then like, oh, it turns out like it's just as Keikaku. Like they just pretended he was gone to like lure people out.
I hope he was actually farming during that time though.
Yeah. Like, oh, no need to remember the names of unworthy dead. Like, man, why is Heigo so cool?
I don't know.
And yeah, like the reveal, like just I actually had this prediction like before I read to this part in Light Novel 2, but like I feel like, man, this Zeno is probably a princess who's also trying to pretend to be like Helmut is alive. So I think like, man, Helmut's probably dead or something. And like, oh yeah, so she's actually like the last princess remaining.
So I was right.
Yeah, we're all right, I guess.
Yay! Did the other one actually exist, or did she make that up too?
I mean, they existed, but they died during the invasion.
Yeah.
Like she was the only one who survived because, like, like she really cares about her people, and like wants like the government like function properly, but her father's like an absolute like dickbag of a king. So like since they're always arguing, like she got sent away to like live in a villa, and that's why like she was able to escape.
Yay! But
Also, like man, look at those boobs.
yeah, I was like, how did those keep from escaping? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, like in the book itself too, like Wayne was like staring at the boobs, like man, how the hell did she hide that inside her like disguise? Like man, Nina was just like, man, I like this expression a lot. So yeah, he was trying to like use Martin as like a buffer zone territory pretty much, and she's like, oh, we're gonna become a vessel for you guys instead. And then like all his men are like, oh, it's probably like not trust time for glory. We're gonna expand our territory, blah blah. And he's like, ah shit, I can't go against them now.
Yeah, winning.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, like one of the things like they changed that I really wish like they kept. Well, I guess they're trying to like really speed run the hell out of this, like covering this volume in just two episodes. But in the light novel version, like Hegel didn't like go on a false retirement. Like they like Wayne was already like trying to like lure out the people to revolt for a long time already, so he can like just round them up at once. But so like he went traveling around, but like he couldn't like they wouldn't take the bait. So he came up with this plan with Hegel to like spread rumors that like make it seem like Hegel and Wayne have like a falling off, like they're disagreeing with each other, and it's like having stuff like like Hegel, like they have a meeting, like Hegel comes late and like Wayne like scolds him in front of everyone, that kind of thing. So it was part of his plan to get all the rebellious people to join up around Hegel instead. And then Nina was scolding him about it because it's like Hegel's like he's getting old, like he's at that age where like people where like honorable like warriors like really care about their reputation and stuff, and you should be careful about him because like he's not a native of Netra, like he came from like other places too. So like you always should be careful about him, and you're doing this like risky thing where like you're ruining his reputation. And Wayne's just like, oh, it's fine. And then later on, like they got the message like, oh, Hegel's leading a revolt in Netra, and then they're like,
oh. So it's not planned, but kind of planned.
Like it was planned, but since they're on the way back, and they only had like the one limited like word message from the palace. Like they were like, man, he's leading the revolt, but is he really revolting, or is he still on our side? But like pretending to be revolting, and they just like had no idea. Yeah. So there was that like element of suspense. And then when they had the clash, like Hegel actually got captured as like a quote unquote like rebel person, and then they tried him, and then they announced publicly that they executed him. So that like the other fight they completely skipped it in the anime version. They just said it off screen where like they took back the capital of Martin. Like that was actually supposed to be a really big fight, but like
they just like fast forward past that.
Yeah, so what was supposed to happen was that like Caroline was supposed to like be like kind of winning in that part, and then the general would would still be alive too, the one that like Hegel killed in the scene. Like that guy was still alive too, and then when it seems like they were about to overrun, like they brought Hegel out to like as a like surprise motherfucker, like and use that to like beat back the Caroline army.
No.
So like that whole suspense between like is he really revolting, is he not, like that was really like high point of tension for me when I was reading, so kind of disappointed like they skipped over that.
Well, I guess they gotta go fast.
Yeah. Kind of wonder with this 7th episode, so I guess they're trying to hit the end of like volume 4 or volume 5 at this point.
Yeah, maybe something big happens.
What? Oh. Wait, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think they're trying to hit the end of volume 5. That's probably why they're speedrunning so much.
Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, next meme.
Oh, we got Mecha Godzilla. So yeah, I think we talked about it last episode too, where like they dug up the dragon bones in the sedimentation pond.
Yeah.
And like it's like, where the hell did these dragon bones go? And like she turns out she just stole it.
Yeah, so I guess they actually explained that at the beginning of the episode. They kind of just like talk about the situation.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't mechanically work or anything on its own. It's just like
Like it has
a shell or around the bones or something like that.
like it has joints and stuff, so it can move, but it doesn't have a mechanism for it to move itself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a human body with like a skeleton but no muscles, pretty much.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a doll.
That too. that makes way more sense.
Yeah,
Especially
human body, just with no muscle.
One guy muscle.
Yeah, definitely skip the workout.
Man, we're like a Figma review channel too, so I should have thought of that. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's basically it's gunpla.
Yeah.
It's gunpla.
Yeah.
It's a giant like life-size scale Mecha Godzilla gunpla.
Yeah. You know what it also is?
What?
It's a Technic set, but your parents won't like buy the motor for you.
Oh my god! Yeah, oh yeah! Man, those Lego Technic things like instructions like, oh, if you get this motor, you can get like control and do all these things. Like, mommy, daddy, can I get the motor? Like, no. Like, shit. What now I'm gonna do now? Like, that's too real. Fuck. God damn it. Woo.
Got him.
Childhood memories.
But anyway, I guess this was just for her to play with.
Yeah.
And not really like.
She's a math scientist. What do you expect?
Yeah, I guess there's no real real purpose exactly.
No.
It's just like, oh, I wanted it. I guess, is that what it was? Like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she claims like, oh, to study the like mechanisms of, like living creatures or whatever. I mean, let's face it, she just probably want to play with it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you need that computer for homework, right? You need that for homework, right?
RGB makes you smarter. This lamp give you 100 on the test, guaranteed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's basically that.
Yeah. Wait, did I explain the whole thing with like the Dragon Range Nation?
You mentioned it last time.
Yeah, so like this is
like sacrilege and stuff.
Yeah, so this is actually like a they need to like contact the nation and like apologize and like see what they're gonna do with this dragon. And also like since it looks menacing, then if other countries see it, they'll think like, oh, it's a threat. But then like when it's actually not a threat because it can't do shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Soma can move it with like living poltergeist thingies.
You know what that means? We're gonna build Disneyland.
Should I tell you how to use this dragon?
I hope it's Disneyland.
It's better. Okay, I'm pretty sure the anime won't like cover this stuff. So like I guess I probably just I should probably say it, but like it's not gonna show up in the anime anyways.
Okay.
He used it for a tokusatsu show.
Oh, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Got them.
Yeah, like the giant like dual broadcast thingy. Like so during this meeting where like this like Noble was trying to like set him up with like the daughter because like you know like how Noble's want that connection to the royal family.
Yeah.
And so like he was trying to introduce him to the daughter, but then someone discovers that like the son, both the son and the dad, they have this their own like unique magic where they'll be fighting and then there's like lots like there'll be like lightning in the background, there'll be explosions, there'll be crashes, and there'll be like 1,000 fists like flying around and like ora 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 ora. But like turns out like it's not like none of it's real, like it's all illusions. But he was like, wait, I can make use of this. So he just hired a guy and like make a tokusatsu show.
Oh my god.
And then like they were trying to like make more merchandise and stuff. Because they're like, oh man, we need to have like more ideas for merchandise, but like we're running out of things, but we can't like really like use too much technology because like they have like limited budget for the show. So they just like went to like film outside and he just uses like poltergeist thingies like control Mechadra and just had it appear in the show.
Wait, how is this not sacrilege? Like,
I think this is after like they already like got a response from the dragon country like, oh, like it's okay, just do whatever you want.
Wait, what? Okay, because I was thinking like
like they were afraid it was gonna be sacrilegious, but then they got a response back like, oh, it's fine, just whatever.
Okay, because like my first thought is like like this is the equivalent of like taking the bones from like I don't know some like famous priest and just like turning it into a puppet.
Yeah.
It's like wait a minute. They're just like okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, dragons have their own like sense of values and stuff, but yeah, like he uses it for a tokusatsu show, and he was like producing this tokusatsu show in another world. It's like,
I'm sus.
Yeah,
Seems sus.
It's great. Wait, yeah, but then later on they actually use this in a big like kaiju fight in like later down the line.
Let them fight.
Let them fight. That's like hella cool too. Like,
Oh my god.
if you like seriously guys, you need to read the site now. It's so great.
But did they have to did they have to take down its capabilities because they didn't have budget? It's like, oh, we wanted 10 cannons, we got half a cannon.
Kinda.
It's like, oh, it didn't have a barrel.
Oh, it's kind of like that like monster development anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like that. Like, oh, we didn't have like enough budget for the full thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it can shoot shells. We can't aim it because it doesn't have a barrel.
Yeah, it's in like a fist fight. Like, let them fight. Like,
Oh my god.
and on the other side in the country is like, oh, like, Julius has like this like he just took over, but then like his like ruling is like pretty much shit. So everyone's like so like people started revolting, and then he went away and like massacred the entire like the area.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then it went just as planned, but not really.
Sort of.
Definitely not as planned.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't remember. I mentioned this in the first season, but like because like they had like Tomoe adopted into the old royal family, as so that they can like protect her secrets about like being able to talk to the demons and stuff. But when that happened, like she was worried about her own family, so he gave like this is like her mom and like her little brother. So basically, her mom like runs the daycare in the palace. So, but you didn't remember any of that, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, I guess they didn't show it in the first season.
I mean, they might have, but then
or maybe they just like offhanded said it offhand.
like just yeah, like real quick. It definitely wasn't like a 5-minute conversation or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like, I was very confused at this point.
Yeah, so it's like the like palace like daycare for like all the workers and stuff. Oh yeah, like so like Carla is like made to like because of like her like war crimes pretty much. Like she had to become like a slave, so he's like I don't need a slave. Just throw her like okay, like headmaid, just do whatever you want with her.
This is how should I put it? This is one of those cases where you can definitely tell written by an otaku, like this, like like oh, war crimes and stuff becomes made just like
well technically it wasn't I guess war crimes would well it's not really war crimes, it's just like treason.
Well yeah, but I guess the point is like, oh, how can we moify it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, got him. Typical otaku.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we don't see much of like Serena in anime much, but she's pretty much like a sadist. And like even Licia, like even though like Licia is like supposed to be her master and like the princess of this country, like she likes like bully Licia and stuff too. Not like physical bullying, but just like mental bullying.
Oh my god.
So this whole like made like super short made outfit thing is part of the whole like her like doing like mental bullying thing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. She's your bye.
So how should we go about this part? You want to start off?
Man, I was just thinking like, man, this is getting pretty close to like real world events.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like what. So we saw them mention like in the past few episodes that they had like some sort of plan going on, but it was going too smoothly. Almost as if like there's like someone else like also doing the plans at work.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, while Julius was like off suppressing the revolt, like the people went like the capital city of Amadonia.
Yeah.
Like they sent a thingy like, oh, like we want to become like alive with like you as a country and like and join your country. Instead.
Yeah.
So this was actually like part of their plan because like this is what they were aiming to like take over this capital the whole time, like using this kind of loophole.
Yeah.
And like he actually had like his black cats. I think we saw them last episode or
something like that.
Or the episode before that. Like they're like that's like his like spy unit.
Yeah, the
like
ninjas.
The what?
The ninjas.
Yeah, the ninjas. They were basically like going around when like instigating people to revolt and like trying to support people who are like dissenters and stuff. So this was part of the plan.
Yeah, I don't think we actually saw that aspect of it like on screen, did we?
We didn't see that in on screen, like quote unquote on screen in the book either. But like we thought like talking about it
Oh,
and stuff. But like they had this. Well, I guess it makes sense because they didn't want to like show too much of like just like talking and planning on the screen. I guess
yeah.
in anime. But yeah, like this part was like just as keikaku. But then like as Julius like put on the reward, like suddenly like the rest of the entire country just started reward all at once, and he's just like, what the hell's going on? So this part was not as planned for them because they just wanted to take Wan and just be like fuck it, just like throw everything else away.
Yeah, and then everyone's just like, oh, free real estate.
Like no, like we coming too. You can't just take Wan. We're coming too.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they don't have a map, but yeah, like because they're being invaded by Turkish in the south, which is basically like this world's equivalent of Russia, where it's like it's all like cold and snowy and like not enough like fertile farmland. So they have a like an expansion policy like trying to take over the north side to like get more like farmland and stuff. And then on the north side of Amadonia, they had that Vatican-ish country, I guess.
Okay.
That's the best way to say it.
Pope land.
Yeah, it's Pope land, but it's bigger than the Vatican. It's like a full-scale country. like that first revolt was probably like instigated by them in the first place too.
Uh-huh.
So they were like preparing to invade. So at this rate, like Amadonia is gonna be carved up, probably. So was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like take it over. But like he didn't want to do it because that like this country pretty much like barely has anything that's valuable besides the capital. But then like if he doesn't do it, then like for one thing, they took over the capital because they claimed like, oh, like we're rescuing the citizens who want to be part of us. So they can't. So like if they tell the rest of the country that like wants to be part of them, they're like, no, we're not gonna take you guys. Then like they lose their standing and their excuse for that. And the second reason is that like if all these other countries invade, there'll be a huge influx of refugees into their country anyways. So it's like, yeah, might as well take it over and just take care of things since the beginning instead of like, having to deal with refugees.
Yeah, I guess one of my thoughts for this sort of thing too is like, it could create a lot of instability in the region if you have like it carved up that much. It's just gonna become like an area of, let's call it, I don't know, turmoil. Let's go with that.
No man's land.
Yeah,
kind of.
Like it'll technically be under control of various countries, but yeah, it's gonna be an issue that you'd have to deal with somehow or another eventually.
Yeah, so it's kind of like doom if you do, doom if you don't. So it's just like, fuck it. This is like the least worst choice. It's like to take over the entire country.
Well, the question is though, like once that happens, like, well, you got some new neighbors.
Yeah, like, that's one thing he said too. Like, man, like if you take this country, they have to border that Pope land. They have to border the Republic of Turkis and like not Russia, and they also have to border like the mercenary states too. Oh yeah, the mercenary states is like, it's like quote unquote like total neutrality, but they send mercenaries everywhere. So like their mercenary forces were part of the like rebellion in the kingdom like in the first season too. Where like those like crop nobles like hired mercenaries from them.
Oh yeah, how does it work if you have like if you're sending mercenaries to two groups that are fighting each other? It's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, just whatever. Oh yeah, they also have beef with him too because like originally like the country had contracts with mercenaries too, but since he's like mercenaries just eat up money and they're unreliable, he's like canceled all the contracts, and that's why like that's like they're not exactly on friendly terms with that state, even though it claims to be neutral. So yeah, more neighbors to like watch out for.
Well, there's one way to deal with that.
Yeah.
Get rid of the neighbors.
Yeah. We're gonna unify the continent.
Maybe.
So yeah, like the representatives of the people who tried to like surrender to like Elfrieden. So we got Colbert like, oh, new finance guy, and then like he's like, oh, thank you, General, for like saving these people. That's why we came in time. He's like, and this guy's like being all like old man tsundere.
Oh.
Like in the like novel, he actually like complained about it like in his head too, like man, like, old man, why you gotta be so tsundere? Like it's just like the like old Japanese men back home.
Oh, maybe he is one of those people.
I mean, he has a fucking top knot.
Yeah.
Like when it's up. Like I never saw an illustration of him like in the light novel. So like when he suddenly like, appeared on screen, I was like, what the fuck is this like samurai dude doing here?
Yeah.
Like why does he have a top knot?
Yeah, this is quite odd, especially when everyone else is just like not that.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest though. This happens quite a lot in like anime, where you'll just have like random like honorable samurai like old dude.
Yeah.
Like, just like I don't know why it just happens.
Yeah.
I guess if this was made in America, it'd be just some like random cowboy leading the like the troops or whatever.
I mean, American movies do have that, like just
Well,
randomly.
yeah, exactly.
Like you go on an alien planet, and then suddenly like old Western music suddenly pops up, and then like, there's like old cowboy mercenary walks in, like, oh, you called.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, oh, I have this gift for you, like this like wool rugs, whatever. And then he's like, oh, this sounds familiar. Like, I think he's referring to the meeting between like Cleopatra and Julius Caesar.
Maybe.
Although like his historians have like different accounts of like how much of it was true, how much of it was exaggerated and stuff like that. But like he's basically thinking of like Cleopatra's meeting with Julius Caesar. So he's like, oh, there wouldn't be a woman here, right? And it's like, bun, 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 bun.
It's pretty goofy.
Yeah.
Also, like the rugs, why are they so cleanly rolled up?
Yeah.
Like, or I mean, if it's just a pile of rugs, it makes sense. But like, is she just perfectly like cylindrical so that everything's still even when she's in there?
Or maybe like the carved out is like there's only part of a rug here, and then like there's an empty space in the middle where she's lying in.
Yeah, see, that's the part that gets me for real though. It's like, wait a minute.
I mean, you can definitely make this work if.
I mean, you can. It's just like, it's just odd, is what I'm thinking.
I guess. Yeah, she was so mad. Like, what the hell? How the hell did you know? I was like planning this to be a surprise. It was like, oh, someone else already did it in my world. It was like, she's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Laura. I was like, she finally appears. I love her so much. This Pecoline.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm here to get hitched.
Nani?
Wait, this is actually like politically, this is actually perfect for him. Like this because like he's already like annexing the whole country. So like if you can claim like the last princess that's like part of the principalities like royal family, then like, oh, I had like just cause for ruling.
So wait, did we actually learn what happened to like the prince?
Oh, he escaped to the empire.
Oh, did they say that?
I think I'm pretty sure they mentioned that in the show too.
Okay.
But yeah, like
I must have missed that.
But yeah, like after like all those revolts happened, like and he was like, oh shit, what do I do? And like all his men were like either like trying to kill him or just like running away and deserting him. So he's like, ah shit, I have nothing left to do, just like run away to the empire. Like seek refuge.
Thing he did the first time.
Yeah, basically. so the empire's like, I have to deal with this motherfucker again.
What a baby.
Yeah. Ah shit, here we go again. Yeah, I hope they talk more about like her role in all this in the next episode, because like she's a big player. And then I guess we got My Dress Up Darling.
Wait a minute.
What?
Is our list is all weird?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the previous shows are like on like Funimation, so they went on like Funimation.
Oh,
thingy
okay,
first
okay.
and- yeah.
But yeah, this was, I guess, technically last week's episode.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if the new episode. Well, maybe it aired in Japan already. I'm not sure if it's up on streaming sites yet.
I think it comes out today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we get to see more of the new girl,
Juju.
Juju-sama.
Juju-sama. So they're just trying to get a studio room, and she's like, no, I don't want to bring you guys. And then she's like, oh, we'll split the cost. And she's like,
It's like, oh, money.
Getting bought is money.
Yeah, so she basically just got bribed.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we do the same thing.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, the top. God damn it.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, like he was talking about like, oh, like since I'm gonna make these costumes, I'm gonna watch the show. And she was like, oh, you actually gonna watch the whole thing? And he was like, yeah, I even like played like Slippery Girls like 1 and 2, and like at the time like the president had this like thing off her butt, and she was like, yeah.
Quite cultured.
I need to play this like slippery girls.
Are they gonna make it for real?
I hope they do. Nulu Nulu girls. Or
Oh
something
my
like that.
god.
Was it like Nulu Nulu Shoujo?
So I can't remember.
Yeah, like, so I guess this is the first time we see like his grandpa like grading his work on the doll.
Yeah, and I guess he's worried because he's been doing all this stuff, he hasn't really had time to practice.
Yeah, and like a few episodes ago too, we saw him like how like his grandfather like in the flashback like grandfather was saying like if I don't draw for a day then it takes me like a long time to get back in the groove or
Yeah.
etc. And then he was also like stressing out over like being too busy to practice and feeling guilty. And the part where like gave me like a ton of like emotional damage. I feel that so much. So yeah, so he was really stressed out, and then the grandpa's like, oh, like this is like a lot way better than before.
It's like this is your best work yet.
Yeah. Like, oh, your lines used to be really stiff, and we're thinking like, man, it's probably was like the first time he actually saw like a woman up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so like, oh, like getting more experience and like other things in your life is like good.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he also did the makeup for like Marion too, and like was painting her lips and everything. I think it's also probably like a self-confidence thing too, where like having done a successful project, and also I think it's like just because he's happier, it's probably like takes like the stress off of it in a bit.
Yeah, I think there's definitely multiple aspects to it.
Yeah.
And I guess going back to like what the grandpa said, like, oh, if I don't practice or whatever, then like, you know, I lose my touch, or like it takes me a while to like gain it back. But I think I feel like it's not necessarily in a literal sense.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily like, okay, doing that specific like making dolls thing, but
being immersed in art.
Yeah, being immersed in art, like one of those things to, I guess, how would I put it? I guess for being an artist, it's you can't just necessarily keep just drawing like and kind of force it. You kind of have to vary it up, like, you know, try different techniques to look at different things and kind of like integrate it together rather than, you know, that sort of thing. Like a more whole approach.
Yeah, I would like it when you see this kind of thing in different shows, like where a creator's like gets stuck in a rut for a long time, and then they go and do something that like seems unrelated, but then it helps them get out of that rut.
Yeah.
Not sure it ever really worked for me though.
Maybe you gotta do the makeups. Okay, do I have to do the makeup again?
Yeah.
I always.
I don't know how to do makeup.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, culture.
Culture.
Wait, you got the mouse, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh,
right there. 20
Chikubi.
cm.
Chikubi.
Chikubi.
Like they're poking out.
20 cm. 20 cm. It's like, oh, now that's confirmed.
Also, man, she's like way stacked than we thought. I feel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she already looks stacked, but like, now it's like just like grouping out. Like,
Yeah.
culture.
She's very cultured.
Wow.
Oh.
And he's getting embarrassed, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, go get ready. And she like throws her shirt on, and like turns out like she was worried about her contacts because. Oh wait, crap! It didn't show up in the screenshot.
Oh.
Damn it! But then her like apparently her eyes are brown, but like he didn't even notice it when she started talking about it.
Yeah.
And then we were like, wait, what? So we had to like, go back and like, look again. And it's like, oh shit, like the two of us were also too focused on the boobs that we didn't notice the color of our eyes either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're such degenerates.
I blame the Chikubi.
Oh yeah, this is like, man, her room, so cultured.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I do this on.
That's the exact thing I've been describing.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, is it safe to do that on the wet because like it's the heater, like will it ruin the thing if it gets hot, or maybe like there's insulation in the wall.
Well, yeah, it's insulated.
Yeah, maybe I just do that and just like post like the gunpla boxes that I cut off.
Maybe.
But like since I don't keep my gunpla boxes, I usually just like get a scissor and cut them off and like keep the cover and stick them on the wall with like poster kind of thing. Man, this giant like whatever.
Yeah,
thing.
the decal. Well, no,
Wait,
no.
is that the giant wall scroll?
Oh wait, no, yeah. Actually, oh, are you sure though? It doesn't have like the mounting stuff,
I mean, isn't that
or is
like
that a rod?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
it's thinner than these ones.
Yeah, it could be, or it could be like straight up one of those like advertisement like decal things.
Maybe. Oh, and then just like stuff all over the floor. Well, this kind of looks like vaguely like old school like Toho. No, I guess it's like, yeah.
Kind of.
Looks vaguely old school Toho. Maybe that's probably from like a Dojin event, probably.
But yeah.
And the body. I wonder if this is the same like pose on the as on the actual body pillow we can buy.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Also, I kind of feel like this is a reference like Miku and Luca.
It could be. Like I'm assuming some of these are probably references to specific like, illustrations.
Yeah, like you can't have the actual thing, but like typical otaku room. What do they usually have? Like, Hatsune Miku. And like Hatsune Miku and Luca are often like showing like sexy poses together because like magnet.
Yeah.
And cultured bunny girls.
She's definitely a woman of culture.
Yeah. This idol one's like really nice too. I also like how like they actually did this detail of like how like the fabric like goes around the rod.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's one of those things that stood out to me because
Like it's really realistic because like you have a lot of our wall scrolls too, so like we're familiar with this thing. It's like looks so real.
also like this is one of those aspects like that I don't know if you've ever noticed in fan art or anything, but like
A lot of times the like fan art like makes it look very like completely flat and 2-dimensional.
yeah, well I was thinking more like the style is different because like a lot of Japanese style wall scrolls are like this where you have the fabric ends sewn together and then you have the rod inside versus like I guess we'll call them the US style where they're kind of like
just black rods.
The black rods where the fabric is just like
squeezed inside of the rod.
In between like a slit on the rods, and it's so much cheaper looking. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it looks like way shittier. Like this like Japanese style like looks way better. So
yeah.
American companies cutting corners.
Oh, doesn't have that precise Japanese engineering.
Precision Japanese engineering.
Like we're gonna get this. We're gonna make this waifu like 0.1 micrometer like accurate.
You need to measure the shikubi. You need to get the right shikubi distance. Why are we such degenerates?
I blame that precision Japanese mind control.
God damn it.
We're now sleeper agents.
Oh, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, I guess your head's blocking a bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Like this girl, like kind of looks like Kawakama from like Toho, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
Like red haired, like devil girl. I think she's gonna be the first cosplay she does based on the OP.
Yeah.
But like in the OP we saw her like in that like kind of like abstract thingy where she's just floating around and dancing with Bakana. But she does like Shizutang first, and then it's got next is the like neon, like the one that they're working on right now, and then there's that like tan looking girl. And I feel like that's a reference to the Fifth Element.
Could be.
That like Bruce Willis movie.
Oh yeah, I
like,
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just random. They found this random girl with this white strap across her chest.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a reference. I mean, it could be something else, but like it looks really close.
Yeah.
And then just like little devil girl is like the fourth one.
Yeah, she's kind of absent from like any of the like merch on this wall. So I kind of wonder is that gonna be something like that becomes like a recent thing she gets into, and then she decides like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah, or maybe it's on a different shot. Also, man, this one on top, it kind of gives me a feeling of like, what's it called? Your Lie in April.
Oh, maybe.
Like I didn't watch that anime myself, but like from like the promotional pictures, like it gets this like the right like color scheme and feel and atmosphere. So I kind of wonder if that's a reference to.
Maybe.
Also, one of these are like reference to something.
Probably.
Azur maybe. Ninghai and Pinghai ships.
Yeah.
Oh, cultured. And like the freeing bunny girls probably.
Yeah. Wait, I think they're too small scale. Like.
Oh yeah.
Because the small ones are definitely like not an android.
Androids, Chisutang.
It looks like 1/7 scale like bunnies.
Yeah. Oh, is that like the magical girl Blaze thing?
Yeah, yeah.
The main. Well, it's not the main character, but
Like
the sidekick, I guess. Well,
Uh,
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be sidekick or whatever. And we saw these like bunny girls earlier. And
yeah, she has the full set of the.
you watched Miko, like, it's like, and he was like all nervous, like, oh my god, I'm going to the girls' room for the first time. He saw this, like, yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, why expected filthy otaku?
Like all anxiety just like completely disappeared. I wonder if that's how people like feel when they come into our place. Like, what the fuck? What kind of like hell did they go into?
No, maybe it's a different anxiety. It's like, oh god, what's gonna happen?
Like, what are they gonna do to me?
Yeah,
It's okay. You can come visit us. We won't bite. Maybe.
oh my god. We're just gonna do that Japanese brainwashing.
Oh yeah, they're watching the magical girl. Like, oh, there's like existential magic. Man, like Japanese anime for like, little girls always has the most existential shit in there.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's why like I watch like otaku anime is like so chill, is like slice of life, happy, blah blah, because they already got like emotional damage from these like kids shows when they were kids.
Probably.
Like, you want to like have like your sweet child like grow up prim and proper. You need to scar them with emotional damage.
Maybe. Well, it's kind of like that for education, isn't it? It's like, oh, gotta do that cram school and everything. Gotta get into the good middle school so I can get into the good high school so I can get into the good college. But then when you're in college, you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing with Japanese colleges. They're hard to get in, but easy to get out.
Yeah, just like, like once you're there, just like, okay, whatever, we chills.
Like my college actually has like a big like international exchange program, and like one of the places they do, well, they have like a few different programs where it's like where they partner with Japanese universities, so we always have lots of like exchange students every year.
Yeah.
And like the exchange students who went to Japan and studying and came back, they were like yeah, like when they go to class, like everyone's just like sleeping, and like some kids even like bringing a pillow, and then like the Japanese professor was like just trying to teach them, and like they were just looking at like the exchange student like oh, there's one person paying attention to me, and then like they look like they're like gonna cry like tears of joy, like someone's actually like listening to them,
Yeah.
and like not sleeping. And the students are feeling so awkward, like, oh man, you like try to like show them I'm like paying attention, and, like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to like make the teacher feel bad.
Maybe it's scientifically proven like 18 years is the like limit.
Well, after cramming that much, like, you want to like just like chill out and do fuck all.
Maybe. Well, maybe after that cramming, you don't even need college education anymore.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just like we already know this. Like.
Oh yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, oh, to be prepared for college, you need to like study things that you will learn in college eventually.
Oh yeah.
I kind of did that a bit too. So I mean, a lot of like AP and IB stuff. Like if you take it, you can just like skip classes in college because you get credits.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's like that in Japan too. Because I definitely had a crap ton of credits before I even started college.
Man, yeah. Anyways, existential crisis. Like, would have been better if I was never born. It was like, and it's like, oh, it turns to the dark side. In this like not Madoka.
Yeah. Man, I want to be a magical girl so I can have this existential crisis.
Your powers get stronger the more existential you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Nietzsche Sensei is the most powerful magical girl. I call it the God is dead attack. Existential beam. Oh, that's both their like the two magical girls.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a closer shot because like now they're on the couch part.
Yeah. Also, this one's pretty cute. This art.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got like different artists. Well, they probably did because like I mean, anime has like a whole bunch of different artists working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like they were talking like, man, these are magical girls. They're not even using magic. They're just like straight up punching each other. And that was the same reaction they had when I first started watching Precure too. I was like, wait, like they're magical girls, right? They're supposed to be like shooting like magic and shit, right? Nope, they're just like hola 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 hola.
Yeah. Then you just accept it and just like, oh. Then you even forget to think about it.
Yeah.
Like
that's definitely like feel like that's a Precure reference. And then this part where like the two like main characters like, they're fighting, and then there's this like nighttime modern city, and she's like just falling through the sky and like into the roads and stuff. it feels a lot like the beginning of Nanoha. When
Kind of.
when like Nanoha and Fate were like fighting the night guy in the city.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking Sailor Moon. It has the moon background.
Oh yeah, that too. Were they fighting like among themselves a lot though?
Not really.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, but the whole like the two of them like fighting against each other in this background, maybe it felt a lot like the fight between like Nanoha and Fate.
Yeah.
Back before they became girlfriends.
Well, it's clearly a mashup of like magical girl greatest hits.
Yeah, like Madoka, Precure, possibly Nano Fate, and then, like Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Everything.
The ultimate magical girl to end all magical girls.
Oh yeah, it's like they don't use magic; they just punch each other. Oh yeah, and, like this gay thing.
I was like, oh, she was like, yo, this is the part.
And it's like Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah.
I mean, they even like have the same like hair color, like black and like gray.
Yeah. It's like definitely like, those rows are kind of close.
They're just roommates.
Yeah.
And just like holding hands like that.
when full Fujoshi right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now she's like, oh wait, we're like we're having like a home date. Because I'm nervous. Oh yeah, she gets making an omelet and she's like, oh, I can do this like maid cafe, like write love and stuff like this is gonna be easy. Like, I'm a genius. And, like boing. Go man. Go man. Although apparently it still tasted good.
Yeah. Well, the problem is it didn't taste like what she was trying to do.
I mean, was it just visually?
No. He was like, "Oh, this is great," and he was like, "Oh, I love fried rice," or something like that. Like I can't remember what the exact wording, but
But he thought like, "Oh, you must like really. Oh, she must really like this," and she was like, "Oh God, is he thinking I like him?" And he's like, "Yeah, like chahan, like fried rice." And it's like, "Boing."
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, man, these like super detailed like reference notes that he sent to Jutsu-sama.
I mean, it is pretty useful.
Yeah, but yeah, even she's like surprised, like, oh, he did this too. Oh yeah, and, like she thought he was making costumes for a long time, but then like when she found out that what's his name, Chisutang, that outfit was like the first one he ever did, and she was like, what the hell, this guy's like a prodigy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in some sense, I mean, technically cosplay is new, but he was doing fabric stuff on smaller scale, so it's like
Yeah.
not technically like a complete newbie.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of difference when you like change the scale that much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the explanation about the eyes. Oh, like, I thought it took a screenshot of like using cosplay tape.
Yeah.
And why don't I should do that? But then like I already get like a huge headache just from wigs like squeezing my head. So I feel like I wonder like if I do this would it be even worse.
Probably. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I have pretty big eyes.
Yeah. Did even what about like I guess in Japan they just sell it like cosplay tape, but like what would be the equivalent if you try to get it here? Like
Medical tape, probably.
I feel like medical tape's too strong though.
No. That's the point. So it can stand up to like, you know, a crazy cosplay shoot or like a long event.
I thought I saw some warning about like don't use medical tape because like it's gonna like fuck you up afterwards or something.
Well, that's cosplay.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing with like the special contacts. Technically, those are potential hazard.
I guess that's true.
Like I think it's like the ones with fancy designs or like weird tints. Like I don't remember what the issue is, but they can potentially like damage your eyes.
I think the issue isn't with the lens and well, not technically with the designs themselves, but the issue is that a lot of people when they buy cosplay stuff, they buy it from like questionable sources who just like cheaply mass produce them and like don't care about safety or and they're just like really shoddily produced. So like that thing can really damage your eyes if you don't like get like a reputable seller and stuff.
Well, I think like even if you get from one like inherently they have issues because of for some reason or another.
Oh.
Like one of the things that come to mind is like for practical effects for say Hollywood, you can get those special like blind like I don't know what you call it, like white contacts, and apparently those can also cause damage.
Damn.
but yeah, there's something different about how those are made compared to like actual normal contacts that makes it like a little bit more hazardous somehow or another.
Well, I guess it probably have to be thicker to like accommodate the design inside.
It could be something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. That's what I heard.
Yeah. And I've never used like any kind of contacts at all. Not even like regular side ones.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Me too. Oh yeah, like so like her sister like does all her pictures for her, and like what can I ask like meet her up, and then like Marine's just like, oh, I want to go too, and like, man, she's probably just like this cute little adorable thing, kind of like Juju but even smaller, and like imagine like, oh, she's gonna be cute and innocent, and then suddenly like boom, she big. But yeah, like this looks like a giant like next to her. Well, we already knew it was coming because like we saw them in the OP.
Yeah.
But then like if we didn't see an OP, like this would be like so like impactful.
Yeah, she's the tallest out of all of this whole group, right?
I'm not sure if she's taller than Wakana or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like 178 cm, which is taller than I am. like I'm 170 cm, and like I'm already considered like pretty tall for like relatives like other like Asian women. Like 170 cm is like on the tall side, so 178 is like giant.
Yeah, she's basically like a building at this point.
Damn.
No. Tall, awkward girls are cute.
Oh, she's like the actual real life VA for Hanamaru.
Yeah. Kind of. She's really tall. Well, no, actually, I don't think she's actually that tall. Like, not like super tall. But all the other, like, sunshines are really short.
Yeah. Wasn't she actually like, taller than me, though? Like, officially?
Maybe. I have to double check.
But yeah, I guess gives a feel like when we watch those like Love Live Sunshine like live action like concert thingies, like she's like tower to everyone else.
Yeah, but like apparently I didn't realize this at some point.
Yeah.
But if you line up the original like Muse Love Lives,
yeah,
they're way taller than most of the Sunshines.
Huh.
For some reason, so they're shrinking. Like, oh, we can compact this like Moe in a smaller body now.
Yeah, she was so cute. Like, oh, like she's so big, but then she's like just like covering like a little like squirrel.
Yeah.
It's so adorable.
See, tall awkward girl Moe. That's a thing.
Yeah. Also, I really like it when like the big sister, like the tiny one, and the little sister's like the huge one.
Yeah. Big little sister.
Like she's in middle school, like Wong.
Oh
yeah, because like he first thought like the big sister was like in middle school too, but it turns like oh she's older than him. And this one like oh she looks so big, but then like middle school. Then,
yeah. Maybe she has like defective like what do you call it? Hormone glands or something.
Like growth hormones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she just doesn't have any.
Like the big sister.
Yeah, the big sister.
Or maybe like the little sister just ate all her life energy.
Maybe.
Ate all her life force.
Oh no. That's gonna be the plot twist. But yeah, next episode, which I guess hopefully we watch today, is it kind of implies they're gonna look for cameras. He's like, oh, like, you know, well, I guess because of this whole situation. I'm looking forward to that. Like, one of the big appeals for the show is like it's a really relatable, all this stuff.
Like it pays really like attention to like real detail of like real things that real cosplayers are concerned about.
Yeah, but yeah, the camera stuff, we've definitely been diving pretty deep on that lately.
I still can't get over how like well for both cameras and microphones like we'll just like randomly look at a model and you just remember like the exact price on like different websites. So it's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
What the fuck, mate? Like what the damn hell, Britannia?
I'm very good at memorizing stuff.
But yeah, we had to look over like what a different camera shit for a long time for like doing all our channel reviews and stuff. And then pretty funny.
Was there only one episode this time?
Yeah. Man. Just like, it's goofily running around and poof. Like this always happens to him. Like he always gets like caught up in like random ass shit and random monsters.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely like definitely a unique main character guy. Like he's just I don't know how to describe it. Like
goofball.
Just goofball. Yeah, that's
he's a punching bag.
Yeah.
like the comedy punching bag, the main character.
Yeah. But he's like in an archetype that's way different than most other like people, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
If I actually kind of gets out of place for like oh like he's just like punching bag, but then like every now and then he has his cool moments, but then like that makes the cool moments feel kind of awkward.
Oh yeah.
But I guess that's true for like the rest of the cast too, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, the show is very pre-connect.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so I guess like we highlights like Anya Fuyu and then Chika. This is basically the Christmas event.
Yeah, the one that happened. Well, I guess for NA it happened like, during this Christmas.
So basically, the first Christmas event that they had in the game, I guess.
But I guess they just repurposed it, like the basic story and whatnot.
Yeah, so apparently there's like that like spirit like it took away her memories, but then it also implanted like fake memories into people, so it's like causing chaos around the place. Yeah, this part is pretty cute, where like the chaos like stuff is being getting thrown, and then it was able to hit her face and like catch and like wah.
Yeah.
This is so cute, like like just biting the meat and like looking like big eyes.
So does that mean she has like super strength that we don't see?
Maybe. Well, I mean they're all like, I mean they're fighting idols.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But she doesn't fight with her mouth. Well, I guess she. Well, I mean, I guess singing technically. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And then like, oh, licky licky.
Licky licky.
And give me the Yuri content I need.
Licky licky.
Pelo. No, which would be the nice pure idols and like, wah.
No, my cheek. Definitely reminds me of our ferret.
Oh yeah.
They're like lick.
God damn it. Yeah, it's fair. He's doing that. I have so many marks all over my arm. Yeah, so apparently her like the thought was that's like what's the word? Ventriloquism.
Ventilation.
Sure.
Ventriloquism.
Like we thought the bear was just ventilation, but like apparently it's actually like a Pukiji spirit or something inside the bear.
I guess so. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, and then like it briefly possessed her like to like save her, and then like because of that like they were able to like bring out her like original personality to like explain things for a bit.
Things are weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like because like they bring you over like Yui Horie. What's the name? Saren? Oh yeah, Saren. I think her like the Yui Horie character.
Oh, Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, yeah, sure. It's like, what the hell are you doing to my kid? And like when actually the kid is like smacking him.
Like this guy got smacked around so many times.
Oh, he likes it.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe this is why he likes it. Like, he woke up to this.
Maybe.
From being slapped too much.
Or got indoctrinated.
Yeah. Yeah, and Peko and Karu going to find the CEO thing, and we never saw them use a CG before, right?
No, this is the first time they used the CG. Or I think this is the first time. Maybe they used it before, but
I don't recall.
I don't recall it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like even in that like big fight with the golem thing, like even when we're like running up the arms and like really small, like you see them as like actual like Sakuga animation.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they suddenly like had CG for this.
Is this a vision? Like, is this for like a game?
I have no idea.
Like, you know what I've been wondering?
Yeah.
Where's the like Grand Blue crossover fighting game?
Oh. So we need Smash for side games.
I mean, they have enough. Like.
Yeah, I mean they have like so many different properties. Oh yeah, I also really like this whole like all the colors and like the lighting, like it looks like everything's like glowing and really exaggerated. I like how this scene does the colors a lot. And like the Peko Karu content I need. I ship these two so much. So adorable. Yeah, like the lighting in the this part we have to be using CG again, which is like a little bit awkward, but I still like the framing and the colors for like the entire scene. And how like it has this slight like white glow, like foggy glow, brightness.
Yeah, I doubt they would make the models just for this, so it could just be like they needed, or like they felt it was like the easiest to do at that moment, and
Yeah.
are using it, gonna use it else for something else.
Yeah. Maybe they just ran out of time, so they had to like bring it in.
Yeah, or it could be they used the 3D models to like help with the 2D animation, and they didn't get around to that. I don't know. It could be something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, like the scene and the framing and lighting and everything, effects are so cool. Yeah, this part is pretty interesting too. Where she's like cleaning her hair and like oh, princess shouldn't like just, like stop herself because like it's her master that, like took everything away from Pecorine.
Yeah, I get. I'm not sure if I'm interpreting it correctly, but it's like it's like they all know, but it's just kind of like I don't know.
Well, technically she's like I don't think Pecorine doesn't know that she knows though. It's only Kokoro that
Yeah,
knew.
I guess that's true.
So I guess like she's like trying to hide from like so that like because she's not supposed to know it.
Yeah,
But you also see her like hesitating like feel and like the guilt she feels.
yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Also, like again like all these like bright lights and colors
Yeah,
and they're so adorable together. I ship it. I ship it. Like they're clearly girlfriends. Come on.
but they said they were sisters.
One-sama, one-sama. Like you know what they always say like oh one-sama.
Now I'm thinking about that part. It's like, oh, who gonna be mom? Kokoro, and just like imagine that mom like for
Oh.
like my kids.
Hey, this is pretty cool too when she was like brought back the mirror and like tried to steal Foggy again. And I guess we get a glimpse like I guess it's the first timeline or
Like a previous iteration of some sort, I guess.
I don't know how, if it's like it's just two worlds and two timelines or it has to be like multiple instances. Because like it's really vague.
Well, the impression I'm getting is like things are kind of reset and everyone's memories are wiped.
Yeah, but I don't know like how many times it happened though.
Yeah.
Also, I wonder is this the same fairy that's like in the guild hall in the game version after you unlock the third floor? Or is it a different one?
She's too chippy for me to tell.
Yeah. I feel like she's probably one of the 7 crowns, I'm guessing. Like, oh, the original trio.
Yeah, this is one of those things, like, since we got into it way after, like, everything started, I kind of wonder if this is a callback to the original game.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, sometime back I was like, oh, why is it called Redive? And then I did some digging, it's like, oh, there was just Princess Connect, like, no Redive originally, and then it got cancelled.
And like these 3 were like the original trilogy. I mean,
Yeah, the original
like main heroines, and now like they have like new main heroines.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, he looks happier with them. Like,
yeah, like I feel like if you're one of like the OG people like that started off like original Princess like Connect, then this I feel like this would hit like hard.
Yeah, I think I played like a little bit of their guild story in the game, but it was also talking about like oh like why do like we each feel so familiar and like oh we're trying to like, go out to the Tower of Soul and
Yeah.
like, feel familiar to them or something like that. Also, like I guess you is like the ones like super in love with like the main guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it became a meme on like the I think in on the JP side of things too, but also like on like the freaking Reddit where like because like everyone knows that she loves him, and then I think one of the events like was it Makoto or someone like was in a situation with Yuki and when she walked in and like so she said like Gomen Yui, so like
Oh that one.
Yeah.
That one.
So it just became a meme where everyone like whenever there's like someone posts art about like Yuki being paired with some any other girl, they always like Gomen Yui, or they just have comics where like Yui gets NTR and like Gomen Yui.
Oh, is that where it's from?
Yeah.
Oh, now I know. I'm educated.
Gomen Yui. It's so sad.
That's so sad.
Hachama played Despacito. Yeah, like she kind of like getting her energy back. Well, I think this is the part like, where Yuki like did this blah 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 Princess Night thing.
Yeah.
With the glowy lights and whatever the hell his power is.
Buffing.
Yeah.
Support bot.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, singing. Oh,
Wait.
like I was wondering who her voice actor was. Cause like this one's voiced by like Hikasa Yoko, and I think I think she might be voiced by Tadokoro Asusa,
Could be.
who I think that's also the singer for the ending song of Lee Dale.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong. So, but yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, everything's resolved and. Oh man, character is so.
Yeah, now
cute.
they got like a soda?
Yeah.
A Slurpee? I
The,
don't know.
the crate machine or like the store or whatever. And,
Oh wait, the lemonade.
oh yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, this it kind of looks cute, like the hunched shoulders and like just like curling in, looking like what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And I guess they were talking about like the book. They were doing something about the bookshelf in like Saren's like room office or something.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
And she's like, what kind of bookshelf would that be? Like sus. But they didn't say like what. They didn't say anything before that. They just said like, oh, this is based on the bookshelf. But they didn't show the situation before that line. So we like have no idea what the hell this bookshelf would possibly be.
I hope it's degenerate.
Yeah, like based on Carol's like reaction, it seems like man, it's kind of like they're hinting at some sort of degenerate thing
Maybe.
there.
Or maybe it's just odd, like just incomprehensible.
Yeah,
It could be something like that too.
I want to believe in the degeneracy. Yeah, these two are so cute. But yeah, I guess everything's like resolved.
But is it really?
Yeah. But it feels kind of weird how like Precone like it's usually so goofy, but then it just alternates between like having like a really really serious arc for like a short while and then just goes back to being goofy again.
Yeah.
But I guess that's part of its charm. Like it probably doesn't make any sense at all to like anyone who's not already a weeb. But I feel like that's part of like just. But for us, it's just like, oh, that's just how Precone is, and we just accept it easily.
Yeah. Well, I guess the way I would think about it, it's like for mobile games, like main story. Sometimes, lots of times it's serious. Well, serious, and then you have those like, I don't know, Christmas events, and it's all wacky.
Or like summer events.
Yeah, and then this is basically that. It's like you just combine main story with like wacky side events, and it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we gotta save humanity from like extinctions. Like, also, let's go get stranded on an island.
And have like summer comic kid.
Yeah, like, like
the Fako event.
Yeah, it's like we just accepted.
And sometimes I see like fan comics of Fako where it's like they're fighting like John Otter in Thingy, and like John Otter's be all edgy and stuff, and then suddenly like, oh, the other John Otter came out and she was like, wait, what the hell happened? Like, oh, we had this weird like time where like we went into this like holiday thing and like, what the hell were you guys doing? And like another like Santa Lily came out and it's like, what the hell is this like mini me? Like, and then like another like summer event character came out and like, oh, you guys called and like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. It's just like, oh, don't think about it. Don't think.
Don't think, feel.
Anime was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like fantasy knockout, gender bender thing.
Yeah.
Man, this elf just can't get a break.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this man prefers me, and then like turns out other main heroine is like, oh, will you marry me?
Oh yeah.
That shit over again.
It's like, okay, you can go. We don't need you as sacrifice anymore.
So they come rescue her, and she's like just grumpily like chewing on. What the hell is this thing? Is it a shoe?
Wait, no. I think it's one of the squid like babies. Actually, now that I look at it,
Like a dry squid. Oh, I guess that's a leg.
and then I guess ate the face and mouth.
I guess. Man, she's like so like deranged.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah, she's just so mad she can't even leave. Like, even though she's like technically free.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and these squid baby things are so creepy.
Yeah. Like, oh, they're all chopped up, but they're just like. Oh yeah.
And then they have like this like creepy mouths and creepy eyes and shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I need to get revenge on these people. Let's kill their god in front of them. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's kill the squid.
Yeah, it's like Alliance.
We're gonna bring this chaos. And like, oh, how are you gonna do this? I have a plan. Like, just tie her up, like, fishing.
Yeah, and then they're at it for like.
They're at it for like 3 hours. It's like, man, why isn't this squid coming up? And like this kid came like, what are you guys dumbasses? Like, squid are nocturnal. And like ah shit, got caught out by a kid.
Yeah, and then she's just in there in the water, is like,
Like,
bleh.
oh, sacrifice time. Oh yeah, there's like sexy like getting.
Oh yeah, so she escapes like, oh, I gotta get the crown thing, tiara, whatever the
Yeah,
it's
so
called.
try to get off. So she was like rocking around on the cage, but then like, it came off. And she also had like a really high luck stat, so the lock just like came off by itself too, and just tumbled on the ground, and suddenly like the village goes up in chaos.
Yeah.
Like Jingle J.
So like, what, half the village is like infatuated, and then half the village is like
all the men are like, in fact, like marry me. I already have 2 kids, but one of them has like 3 kids, and then the other half like the women like this witch like enchanted my husband.
yeah.
Like the people were born beautiful. They never have like any hardship in their life. It must be so good to be beautiful, eh? And everyone's just trying to kill her.
Yeah.
And she's gonna die. He's like, oh, I'm gonna save you. And
Yeah, it's like, oh, turns out, like, oh, is that the one you're looking for? It's like, yeah, and just,
oh yeah, like, his powers were like lower because like he couldn't like pull in the squid. And like, oh, I see her again. Like suddenly, just casually walking, just like throw the squid over.
yeah, and well, I guess it wasn't actually dead at this point. It was,
Yeah,
I'm not sure what you call it,
almost dead.
but I'm not sure if it was actually dying yet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh yeah, like, man, this elf is just like, oh, like I'm gonna make you like die with me, and then like gets the knife and like.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's, like comes out of the mouth like covered in ink. It's just like, I guess zombie mode. You know what it made me think of? Like those Death Stranding.
Oh
like,
shit! It's Squid Stranding.
yeah. It's like, I'm gonna bring you down with me, and then it gets that like knife, which I guess is the knife that like was gifted.
Yeah, the Damascus knife, and like, oh, so cool. Like, oh, so she's not useless.
Yeah, it turns out that knife was actually pretty good too. It's like, oh, it did have a good cutting edge.
Oh, that was so cool. Like, I
I hope there's a real knife.
mean, that's what Damascus knives look like in real life.
Well, yeah, yeah, but
Like-
like, I hope it is a real, like, the actual brand.
I don't think it says a brand on it, unfortunately. Yeah. They're like, oh, Damascus knife really is good. God damn it. Like, man, I just keep out for her. I thought she can cook.
Yeah, never used it. Clearly, or she'd know.
They're clearly supposed to be like husband and wife.
Yeah, except for wife doesn't do shit.
Man, the elf girl just like fuck this shit and just like burns the squid.
Yeah, she's just so bad at everything,
And she just eats it in front of them.
and then becomes a new god, basically.
Because they're like, oh, like village chief.
Oh wait, chief, that's what it is.
And she's like, no, like leave me alone. So I guess that squid thing was like part of the demon lord army or whatever.
Something like that. There was some plan, I don't know.
There's some plan we never found out what it was supposed to be.
I need that elf.
This one.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do with her?
nothing.
Damn. Wait, what happened to her hair? Like,
It might have been cut off.
what happened?
either-
Like the, I think it was like cut off like even like past episodes like back in the village or something. I think they accidentally cut off her hair. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it just like suddenly like grew back again for like this one shot and then disappeared again.
Maybe. Well, I think there was a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, was that the part like he was like throwing a knife or like shooting an arrow or something and just like accidentally like cut her hair?
Something like
in
that.
the forest.
Yeah.
And being elf is suffering. Speaking of how you should never trust these elves.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Leo. So last time I had like this like Linux penguin.
Yeah, so I guess then there was like other dudes that showed up. Like, we gotta fight.
Let them fight. Yeah, it's like stupid suicide attack. Man, you these guys are already like high level too. Like this, like Chinese saber.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like they're like 472 or something like that, and Coral's almost 400. And then they came in, and they, but then just like got blocked away.
Yeah, they were like, oh man, normally this would take like 200 level 400s or something to take it down.
Yeah,
Like,
like an event boss thingy.
yeah, like I guess world boss type thing.
Yeah. So like, oh, how are we gonna do this? And suddenly like, fire and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, that's gotta be a player.
Yeah, it was basically like orbital bombardment. Well, not really orbital, but like...
Well, it said it's like this giant ass rock just came and smashed it in the face.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And then like, oh, fire, and then suddenly like, oh, lightning, and then it's like yeah.
So did she toss it? Like actually toss it, or did she summon the rock?
She probably just tossed
Like
it.
I hope just like found a rock like on the road and just like ugh.
Probably.
Ugh.
So yeah, it turns out like someone like it was like an event spawn spot and like accidentally threw in like just the right ingredients.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Yeah. And then like giving her daughter like emotional damage again.
Yeah, it's a typical like, okay, make sure this doesn't happen again, and then like, oh, she's like, but what if like, no, this is not happening again.
Or like if it happens again, it want to blast the entire fucking riverbank into the river.
It's like basically like, you like this toy, right? Make sure it doesn't happen again. It's like I'm gonna burn it.
You have a nice house over here. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it.
She's such a terrible mom.
Man, like when she went to saw her grandkids, she was angry about like how all the stories about like how like she's gonna like terrify you, but then like she actually is like horrifying.
Well, yeah, that's of course she has to be like that. That's why she's denying it, because it's the truth.
The true Asian mom experience.
Oh, you gotta contradict yourself.
Okay, you give them simple instruction, but this is the important part. You must contradict yourself. Like, oh, bring the light over here. Like, oh, wait, why are you putting so close? I can't see anything. Put it higher. Like, higher? Yeah, no. Why you go so high? Are you stupid? Bring it down lower. Like, and like, oh, why you keep moving it around trying to make a disco? Fucking like childhood like PTSD. God damn. Ugh.
Where's my screwdriver?
Which screwdriver?
The one for screw.
Oh, for screw. God damn. Asian parenting horror stories.
Kurimushizu.
So yeah, like players are like introducing each other, and like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I guess Cream Cheese is the guild where all the skill masters are in, and it's like so it's like full of eccentrics that everyone's like scared of.
Who named it?
Ugh.
Did she name it? Or did the original one name it that way?
Probably the first one. Yeah, like Silver Ring Witch, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna blast you if you keep calling me that.
So when is she gonna take out her inner tube?
This thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
or hula hoop, or like, I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Her tire.
This is what happens if you don't get A plus. This is her slipper, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess. She just gotta toss it at you.
Yeah. They call me that again. Like, man, her face is just like, I'm gonna kill you. And she's all like, oh, like, why are you calling me like an evil person? And I'm not an evil person. And I'm like, are you? No self-awareness.
She's the most evil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like since like he broke his sword, it just made him like, Wohala, like the greatest sword it is. And the other guy like, ah, like this is just like mass-produced thingy. Give me one. Like, nah.
That's so sad.
Hot to not play Despacito. Oh yeah, so now we find out like the game actually shut down probably because she died. But like she died while she was in the game, so which caused like a scandal. So like after a while, like servers closed because of that.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder how we must feel like, oh, like, well, you're not exactly responsible for it, but kind of feel guilty, like, oh, like because this thing happened to me, like all this shit like happened.
I brought the game down with me.
Yeah. Also, they're like, oh shit, you're a ghost, so like, yeah.
She could be a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing that's really weird.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess for her, in some weird like pseudoscience-y way, like, oh, she's in the game because she died or something like that.
Yeah.
But how are these guys?
Yeah, we just don't know like how like they suddenly appear.
Yeah, like that's the weird part. And from the way they're talking, it kind of seems like they were around after it shut down. Like in, quote, the real world or whatever. Because they know about the shutdown and stuff like that, and how everything ended.
No, I think they probably came into this world like right after the shutdown happened. I think.
Is that what it...
Well, we don't know for sure.
Right.
But they also came in like really different times too. Like Coral came here like 10 years ago, and then Shiny Saber like 3 years, and for her it's only been like 2 months.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with my theory that these aren't really the originals exactly,
Huh.
but like some weird thing where like let's call them memories inside the game kind of manifested.
Huh.
But it's like, have you ever heard the idea of like, oh, if you get enough data for like someone, you can kind of reconstruct them, even if you can't mimic the internal,
Yeah.
like that sort of idea. Like, it kind of like I don't know how this VR stuff works in this world, but I can imagine something like, oh, like, you know, data was like used to reconstruct them, like either intentionally or like magic or like magically
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I guess it's possible. I feel like that's kind of like going a little bit more far. I guess.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it though?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, like we saw him in the OP a few times, but I felt like this is probably Opus, but I guess now it's confirmed. This is her like best frenemy that gave her the fairy thing. And yeah, like everyone know like everyone in the game like knows him as like being like this evil guy who's like full of like trickery and stuff.
I hope he's the fairy.
Maybe. Oh god, maybe he turned himself into a fairy.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I mentioned when we were watching is like, oh, what if, like, what do you call it? Maybe this is a feature that they were gonna add to the game, like, oh, little minions, pets, whatever you want to call it for players. But then, like, since the thing shut down, they never finished it.
Maybe.
Like, oh, maybe that's why she can't talk.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you have like those game assets that are like half complete, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that I mentioned it, I feel like him being it would be like better / worse.
God. So yeah, I guess we're going to like Rugo Komachi or well,
Under the sea.
that other thing Dragon Palace. Wait, Rugo Komachi was a idol master group.
Yeah, they were named after the
Is a castle itself also called Rugo Komachi?
Dragon's Palace.
But I think they used a different term like in here though. But it
can't
was
remember.
something similar. It was real something.
Yeah. I mean, it's all based on the which one? I keep forgetting which fairy tale it is. Is it
something Taro and
Yoko Taro?
yeah. It's the thing where like the guy like
Momotaro? No, I don't think it's that one.
no, it's not Momotaro, but like I forgot his name, but like it's the guy goes down to like this Dragon Sea Palace, like spends like a day there, and then when he comes back up, it's like 60 years past.
Yeah. I can't remember it right now. Like I definitely know it.
Yeah. But I can't remember if Ryugu Komachi referred to the palace itself or referred to like the queen inside the mythological palace, or like I don't know. Yeah, like everyone all these skill masters are like weird ass eccentrics. Well, I mean, you have to be a weird ass eccentric to go and gather like over 1,000 skills in the game manually.
Well, you definitely have to know life this.
Yeah. Man, this goddamn like MotherCon. He's like, what goes up must come down. He's like, go back his ass.
Ash.
Yeah, man, and then like that princess is like loves him. It's like, man, she has shit taste.
Yeah, clearly. It's so terrible.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing is that like this guy like when the mother isn't involved, like he actually has the illusion or like the public illusion of like being like competent and graceful and everything. So like considering the mother like didn't show up until now, like no one had the idea of like what his true nature is like.
Oh, useless.
Yeah. This is why you can never trust the elves.
So now,
No.
the crest thing.
The crest thingy.
It's also a Kenja thing.
The Kenja crest. Like, yeah, I guess they highlight this part where like, oh, normally I can use like fire magic really well, but for some reason when it tried to cook, like it just blew up. And we see this a lot in anime where like people like girls are like super competent, but suddenly like screw up everything when it comes to like cooking.
Yeah.
And I guess like just like playing like just pointing it out, like, oh, like I can actually do this except for this.
Yeah.
For some weird reason. Yeah, and then like this is so cute. Like Iris is just like no, don't come near the boar. Need to save the boar.
So sad.
And she's so cute, like just like standing out and like face like meh. I guess this is kind of like me. Like I'm a disaster in the kitchen.
No, bad, bad.
Remember the time I poisoned you with the French toast?
No, stop, stop.
Stop.
I guess they're going to like neighboring city or whatever.
Like Dungeon City.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yo, why these modern people like building cities over dungeons? Like, we knew it was dangerous. Like, what's up?"
Yeah. And then like a bunch of, I guess they did like triage and like suddenly they needed to heal a bunch of people.
Yeah,
But I guess it's a common trope where like they have lots of like fantasy stories have dungeon cities, which I guess in a way it makes sense because there's a dungeon, adventurers would come, and because adventurers would come, like people who sell things to adventurers would come.
yeah,
So like even though it's dangerous, like because of the business opportunities, it just kind of naturally grows into a city.
right. Well, I guess one of the things where the depictions of it, like the entrances, it's only usually like either not guarded or only like thinly guarded,
Oh yeah.
versus having like some sort of like standing force station there, like in case something happens.
Well, I guess yeah, in that one depends on the story, I guess.
Yeah,
But like, in this case,
but I
like
guess we just assume like there's enough adventurers or whatever, just like keeping it clear
yeah.
or something like that.
But like in this case, like the new lord is like doing things with intent, kind of like to intentionally making the city like fall to shit and like sending people to, like forcing people to, like go on his orders to die. So it's probably like a demon pretending to be a lord. Plus, we already saw the demons like infiltrating and fucking things up. Already.
Yeah, like it kind of seems like the demons are kind of behind this idea of what do you call it, building cities on dungeons for some purpose or another.
Yeah, and it seems to be like intentionally like leading people into die too. So I kind of wonder if they're like EXP farming for the monsters,
Yeah, I'm not sure like what the actual plan is. Like,
or maybe they have something that like harvests like people's souls.
yeah, another like option is just to like try to like kill off people, like just period.
Yeah,
Like,
or just stall the development. Like
Maybe.
like put it, like just like throw chaos into their lives so they can like develop their society further.
yeah,
Oh yeah, this is this whole like embarrassing like, oh like he saw my pajamas, like, oh we're in the same room, we can't sleep, and like, goddamn Dote.
yeah,
I'm actually surprised that they just got like one room instead of multiple rooms.
I gotta save money.
Gotta save money, gotta be cheap.
It's like, oh, you had this hotel room for 4 people? Nah, 20 people can be in this for the con.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically that.
Yeah, it's just like sleeping on the floor.
It's like, oh, that one dude's gonna be like sleeping in the tub. So other person's gonna be sitting on the toilet like sleeping.
Yeah. But yeah, they go to the dungeon and like it's just like a shitty like iron door, steel door, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like no protection, but they just killed everything anyways. Oh yeah, like we saw when they brought this stuff in, like we thought the receptionist like writing their descriptions like, oh like these girls are probably like super strong and this guy's probably a healer because like she didn't see him fight, etc.
Yeah.
And like he didn't like voice any suspicions, but I feel like she's probably giving those details to the lord of the land. So, like,
Yeah.
she's probably like the insider spy working with him kind of thing.
Well, maybe it could also just be like that's part of her actual duty, or something.
It could be, but I kind of feel like she's like pretending to be nice and stuff though,
Could be.
and she's actually an enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's the last one. But yeah, like they're sending the like Mad Max people to like come after them.
Yeah.
Like why is it that, like in like when you why is it that, like these like corrupt people when they in anime and stuff when they want to like, off someone they always send like the most evil looking minions they can find.
Yeah. It's like,
It's like you're broadcasting to the world like, hey, watch out for this guy. He's gonna like be up to no good.
yeah. Well, I guess that's one of those things about like, oh, what do you call it? Visual storytelling or whatever. Like characters have to look their part or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it gets the point across to the audience like really quickly.
Yeah.
But still, it's just it's just goofy if you take too literally, I guess.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like that's one of those things that makes sense, but also kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's one of those things where you have to think of it like don't think of it like too literally, but think of it as like the story media, this anime or this book is like kind of like a filter through which the audience is supposed to like interpret the events or whatever.
So basically, in quote real life, they're like they look upstanding with like wearing suits and stuff.
Or they just look.
And then this is just to help us realize they're bad.
Or they just look more normal or some shit. I guess I don't know.
Okay. I like my interpretation better.
Yeah, sure. Just gotta Mad Max this shit.
Yeah.
Although I kind of like how that Mohawk guy also made me think of like in Fruit of Evolution.
Oh yeah.
Like we saw the guy who's like, man, these guys must be punks who are supposed to be evil. They're gonna stir up trouble, but then actually, Yaranaika.
Oh,
Ii otoko. God. Shit, that show was way more entertaining than it had any right to be.
See, you always wondered like, oh, do you like this show? Do you like that show for real? It's like that's how I feel about you and that show. It's like, you like that show, or do you not like that show?
I can't say I like it, but it's way more. But it's actually entertaining, and I don't even know.
Maybe they'll make a sequel, and then we can talk about it more.
I wonder, or maybe they'll like localize the light novel.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's all the stuff we watched this week.
A lot. I guess there was a lot more than last time. Maybe.
A little bit more. Although there's still like some stuff that we need to catch up on that I forgot was airing.
Yeah, like the other Kenja show.
The other Kenja show and then Ali Furuta is also this season. I think we only watched one episode of that.
There's a million things we started.
Yeah.
There's also a million things we didn't start.
Yeah. But like we don't have. Oh yeah, I guess because of your work schedule, like lately we've only been watching like doing dinner instead of like watching like multiple episodes a day.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, we'll see. Maybe
Yeah.
it might change. But I guess that's it for the week.
Yeah. Man, I want to watch like next episode of Realist Zero quickly. But I guess this is it. So we'll see you guys later. Like probably next week. Blah blah blah.
Bye.
And as always, anime was a mistake.